welcome to my channel. My name is Jade and I help people reclaim their power back physically, mentally and spiritually. Now today is a really fascinating and exciting topic for mainly women, but I feel it's important that men actually watch this video as well so you can fully understand women better. Menstrual blood in particular is actually a super powerful potion that you create in your own body. It is like magic. It truly is. Fortunately, patriarchal religions of the past and society, a very toxic, masculine society, has brainwashed us and people and women to view their periods as disgusting and vile and shameful. And you just come on your period when you're a young teenage girl between the ages of 11 and 14, so young, so vulnerable, and you just, oh, here's a tampon, here's a pad, go shove it in, go clean yourself up, and there you go. That's pretty much all you're told. And it's very oh, I have to be embarrassed and ashamed and it all must be kept secret. Our society is so toxic about periods, it's a joke, and it's just extremely immature, and this needs to stop, to say the least. Another thing that I need to point out is the importance of truly being natural within your cycle. I've done a video on why I quit taking the pill and any sort of contraception, and I really feel that all women really should avoid this at all costs, for both your physical health, your mental health and your spiritual health, as it massively suppresses you. So do check that out here. So I did do another video on that. But with periods, the biggest secret that has been kept from us is the massive metaphysical and also physical properties of our blood and how truly magical and powerful it actually is. Now, in the ancient times, our ancestors knew this, and women in particular, we are meant to be connected to nature. We are meant to be connected to the moon because we have cycles exactly the same as the moon. That's why we are associated with the moon, because that's who we are, that's who we're supposed to be. And unfortunately our society has made us so robotic and brainwashed us to be exactly the same every single day, and we have to perform exactly the same every single day and literally act so masculine and not give us the space to feel our cycles, because within our 28-day period that we experience, we'll go through different emotions. It's like seasons. Like the moon, we go through different phases within our hormones and within our emotions, and therefore our energy. So for example, when I come off my periods, for me that's like springtime, because I'm very energetic, I feel alive again. I feel kind of bouncy and light after being in my sort of winter dark time of being when I'm bleeding on my period. And then after springtime, it's like that summertime where you feel, 2 weeks after your period, you feel your best, you're glowing, you have the most energy, you're very productive, you want to get a lot of things done. And then that kind of starts to fade away into your third week, the sort of autumn season of, that's now falling away, and you're starting to withdraw, you're starting to prepare again to basically go within yourself. So that's when I'll get more tired, I'll become less productive, less social, I'll kind of want to be more on my own, more independent. And then ultimately when you get into your bleeding time on the 4th week, that's for me is definitely full on winter time, because it's like darkness. I want to be on my own, I want to just, but not in a negative way. It's like this time is for you when you're bleeding, that is when you're most intuitive. That is the best time to do spell work. That is the best time to do meditations. That is the best time to do so many rituals, like for yourself and others. It is such a profound, magical, spiritual time of Women's Month of our lives, and unfortunately we've been brainwashed to hate it. And the only reason that women have such terrible menstrual cramps and such terrible outbursts of anger and stress is because we suppress it. We suppress ourselves so much throughout the whole month, and we don't have a nice connection or relationship with our periods. We have such a bad attitude against it. We instantly dread it. We're like, oh no, you know, because society has made it seem like a nuisance, when really it's your gift, it's your superpower. Because women in the ancient times, they would give their menstrual blood to the earth. Like, I give my menstrual blood to my plants, and I know it works because I've had plants that have been dying, suffering, and as soon as I give them a cup of my blood, they've healed, like they start to thrive again. And this is because menstrual blood is your life force energy, kind of similar to semen with men, but it's even more so, even more powerful, because blood, it actually contains stem cells. Like, this is magical. Like, this is such sacred fluids. This is even proven with Kim Kardashian, for example, making the vampire facial a thing popular. Like, women pay probably hundreds of pounds to have blood facials, and they do this because it's good for your skin, because of the stem cells and all the other powerful nutrients and minerals found within blood. But you don't have to pay thousands or hundreds of pounds to have these vampire facials, because you have it for free. You produce your own blood for free. Like, I do blood facials. I will put my blood on my face and wear it on my skin for about 15-20 minutes, take it off, and my face and my skin feels great. You really need to, like, change your attitude towards blood, change your attitude from seeing it as, oh, gross period blood, and see it for what it truly is. And a lot of the time, if you have, you know, gross period blood, that's normally a sign that your body isn't healthy. That's normally a sign that you need more water, you need more of an alkaline diet. You know, if your period blood, for example, has a strong odor, then that means you're too acidic. That means you need to, you know, cut out the meat, try a vegan diet, eat more fruits, eat more plants, more vegetables, you know, lighter foods. Try to cut back on coffee because that's acidic. Try to just incorporate more alkalinity into your life, into your diet, and a lot more water. Water is so important. So really understand this, and because when I reconnected to my menstrual time and saw it in a good light, I actually used to get excited. It changed my life. Because I stopped seeing it as a nuisance. I stopped seeing it as like, oh God, an inconvenience and, you know, the shittest time. I used to despise coming on my periods. I used to have the most horrendous periods, which led me to, you know, suppressing my periods, being on the pill for years. And that's suppressing your intuition, and it massively did mine, because the two things that really truly helped my third eye open was, one, changing my diet to an alkaline vegan diet and stopping the pill. Once I stopped the pill, my life changed. I woke up, I saw clarity, I gained all these different insights. A woman who is cut off from her menstrual cycle is a woman who is cut off from her true self. You are cutting back your own power. Now, you are innately really intuitive. Like, women are natural oracles. We are, because we are connected to the moon, to the earth, to the frequencies of this planet, to our ancestors. Your blood holds the key and memories of all your ancestors. It has all their information. So a really powerful thing that you can do with your period blood is to put a drop on your third eye every night that you're going to sleep for the whole duration of your period. So just take a tiny bit on your finger and do this. This is why I like wearing moon cups. diva cups, wherever you want to call them, because you can easily collect the blood. Another thing you can do, like I said, is do facials. A great way to, get it more into your skin is to use one of those derma rollers. So it creates, tiny little pinpricks, like holes, and then put it on your skin, wash it off after like 20 minutes or so, and then put a nice moisturizer on, a natural one. I like just to use like coconut oil or something. Another thing that you can do is, of course, giving it to your plants. I love to do this. I'll fill up a whole jug of water in, a watering can, and then again with my yoni blood, I'll just put a whole cup of it into the water and then just go about and give them all a little bit. I have like 60 plants in my home and they're all great. Like, it's very rare that they die. And if I do have one that's kind of struggling or has got some sort of infection or something wrong with it, then I'll give it the whole cup of blood and then just put a bit of water on the top of it to help him go into the soil for the sick plants, because menstrual blood is like medicine. It truly is. The ancient times, like the concubines in ancient China, their husbands used to actually drink their menstrual blood, and also the warriors used to do this as well, because they saw it as a fluid of immortality, of power, of strength. Because again, remember, it contains a lot of iron, it contains so many things that are so good for you. But again, it's important to always know that you are healthy, so don't just give your period blood to anyone to drink. For safety reasons, obviously make sure you don't have HIV or any blood diseases. But in the majority of the time, this is what they used to do, and it was a very sacred ritual that they used to perform. So it's time that really we truly understood what our menstrual blood is. It is basically learning to reconnect to your divine feminine, and for women this will change your life. It truly has with mine. It will heal you, because this is who you are. Your soul chose to reincarnate into a female body for a reason, and the female body is an incredible creation. You'll know that you're truly in sync to the rhythm of the earth when you start syncing your periods to the moon, as this is what ancient women would do back in the day. So the best time to have a period is the new moon, and so you can basically be ovulating on the full moon. But of course, don't panic if you don't do that. I sort of bounce around most of the time. I always have a period and actually on the new moon, as I find this is also a really good time to do spell work, so it works in my favor greatly. So with a new moon, that's a great time to let go of things, to banish things that you don't want. So when you're writing any sort of spells or doing anything, it's so incredible to use just a drop, just a bit of your blood, and that amplifies it hugely, because it's completely your imprint, it's completely your blueprint of your soul, of your ancestors, of everything. And this is a really good way to actually break ancestral hexes, which I'll do a separate video on, is to use your yoni blood, is to use blood magic. Because your ancestors had the same blood as you. So this is what is, so incredible. And you can have dreams, of your past lives or your ancestors if you wear your blood on your third eye. This is what you can achieve. Like, you can really, I'm not just BSing, this is not just esoteric crap. Like, this is stuff that you can tap into. But it's really knowing how to connect to yourself and taking back your power, taking back that, you're right, basically, to be a genuine woman. Unfortunately, our society, does not support the time for us to relax and withdraw during our periods, during our menstrual days. If you can do that, then I advise you to do that. So when you are on your period. You know, just take it easy, try to withdraw, don't be so social, you know, try to disconnect. Like I've disconnected for the past 2 days, and I've just been within myself, and you'll gain a lot of insights if you really focus your attention into it. If you have meditations, you'll get downloads from source, from your higher self, from your guides. It's the best time to really go within and do the inner work, do shadow work, do healing work basically. And another thing that you can do to celebrate your period, a good way to change your attitudes towards your period is to celebrate it and to do certain rituals every time you get your period. So a great way is to do a yoni painting. So that's basically doing a nice little painting, basically art magic with your period blood. You can actually use this to do full-on art magic because again, it's your energy. So you could paint a symbol, a sigil, you can paint anything that you kind of want to become, that you want to be, and using your own blood is a very powerful way to do that. Another thing to do that some women do is wear certain jewellery only when they're on their period. So a good way to do this is to obviously wear crystals that are associated with femininity, feminine energy, or if they are reds. So a great one is obviously ruby, that's a very red feminine stone. Moonstone, which is what I've got here, and my little goddess moonstone earrings, which I love. Red jasper, even rose quartz, that's a very feminine one. Bloodstone, of course. So, you know, whatever you feel intuitively drawn to, then that's the crystal for you. So it'll be a good time to sort of charge it up in the full moon, and then every period just wear it around your neck and don't take it off until you stop bleeding. That's what I like to do with mine. So another thing you can do is just like wear a red robe, like wear red clothing. You can get like a special dressing gown, or, you know, a nice kimono that you only wear, you know, during your periods. You can have a moon bath as well, which is very good for your skin. So you can make yourself a bath ritual where you can sort of meditate whilst in the water. Again, this is very advanced and powerful because water is a psychic element. So when you're sat in water and you're meditating, you're connecting more to the astral realms. You're connecting because it's such a psychic element, water, because it kind of acts like a mirror, water, so it's like a gateway. I've had severely profound meditations doing this, doing meditations in baths basically. But to make it even more potent and amplified, you can put a few drops of your period bloods in the bath. It doesn't have to be loads, you can still put essential oils and bubble bath and whatever you want. But enough to make the water sort of go pink at least. And then obviously just bathe in it, it's good for your skin, you know, your collagen, it's anti-aging basically. But more importantly, it will connect you to your intuition, to your third eye, to your ancestors, to your spirit guides. So it's a really good thing to do as well. So basically the main point is to embrace your period, embrace your moon time, you know, call it your moon time if you don't like the word period, you know, call it whatever you want, but, you know, realize how powerful it is. And there's many great books that you can read on the power of menstrual blood to really dive deeper into it. I will be doing more videos on this and like elaborate more on actual blood spells that you can do, such as breaking ancestral hexes. But just know that you are magical, you are built magical, your body is magical. And when you are getting really severe cramps, when you are getting really bad symptoms on your period, that is your body screaming at you to listen. That is your body screaming at you to pay attention and to reconnect to your true self, to take it easy, because it, you know, cramps literally stop you in your tracks. So don't just suppress it with a pill. Don't just suppress it and be like, oh God, and then hate your body even more. No, really listen to your body and feel like, okay, what are you trying to tell me? Is it trying to tell you to, you know, stop stressing so much, stop being so busy, stop overworking, stop being so masculine? Because unfortunately, women in this day and age were brainwashed to think that we must act like men and be so masculine and just have that sort of energy to get anywhere, to progress in our our careers in society. So it's just such an important time to go within, basically. And once you really connect to the power of your period, to your menstrual blood, it will change your life. It's such a beautiful thing, and it will, you know, open your heart even more to such ancient wisdom. This is goddess wisdom, and for me it dramatically changed my life. And even my periods have got so much less painful, more easy. I used to suffer tremendously as a teenager with them, but even today I find if I'm very stressed and I don't respect myself and I don't give myself space and time to rest, etc., then I'll have I'll have worse symptoms whilst on my period. So I find if I'm more in flow, if I'm more relaxed, if I'm more just creative, etc., in a more positive mind, then my periods are fine. I don't get headaches, I don't get severe cramping. You know, your body is always a messenger, so always remember that. I will do more on this, and you know, natural herbs to take, and obviously spells that you can do with your blood, as in my opinion it's the best ingredient to use in the world when it comes to any sort of spell work. So yeah, celebrate your periods, enjoy your periods. I now love my periods and I look forward to them coming because I have all these fun rituals that I can do. I'm more compassionate, I can, you know, feed my plants, I can heal my plants, and it's amazing. So I hope this video inspires you. Lots and lots and lots of love. Ihimza.